Hey, this is Trader Travis, and today what I want to do is round out this insurance training I did. In the Success Academy, I released a training showing members how to insure their 401k, 403b, or TSP accounts, those traditional retirement accounts. And if you're a member, let's pull up the members area here. You can find that in the bonus section. Well, actually, I'm going to move it to the bonus section, but right now it's right up under our live call replays, how to insure your stock portfolio. Because I ran into an issue when I got asked to manage my mom's TSP account. And with those traditional retirement accounts, there's no way to protect them against a loss in a market crash. You just suffer. And I didn't like that. So I found a backdoor way to insure that account, and I showed members how to do that. I also showed another example of how if you buy a stock, like for example, I own this stock right here. Matter of fact, that's VXX. And I've lost it shows I've lost $3,200 on it since I've owned it. I think it's down like 40%. I've owned it since almost a couple of years now. We can pull up a 2-year chart. And what has it is done? It's gone nothing but down since I've owned it, right? So in that training, I showed another example of how you can actually insure your individual stock purchases, and that's what I prefer. And today, what I want to do is show you how to file an insurance claim on a losing stock you own. Right. And we come back to the platform. Not every broker allows you to do this. So here's my insurance contract right here, this January 15 protective put option. That's what it's the technical name for it. I just call it stock insurance because that's what it actually is. And so I purchased this stock, and I'll show you. Matter of fact, let me pull up my broker account and show you what I purchased this stock for. Okay, I'm now inside of my TD Ameritrade broker account. So you can see here on August 2017, I bought this stock for $8,000, and then I immediately rented out my stock shares to someone else for income. A lot of people don't know you can rent out your stock shares. That's beyond the scope of this video. That's actually covered in another Success Academy training. I just wanted to show you that I purchased the stock for $8,115. Now, if I file an insurance claim here and you can't see it, it's outside of the recording window. So let me move this up really quick so you can see what this looks like. So if I right click here and I click exercise, this is me telling the broker, hey, I want to file an insurance claim on this stock. And if I hit confirm and send, you will see that $9,000 will show up back in my account. Now remember, I bought the stock for $8,000. So why is $9,000 going to show up in my account? It's because I overinsured. I actually bought more insurance than I needed so that I was able to sell the stock for higher than I bought it for. I bought it for 54. And here on the broker platform, you can see that I'm selling it for 60. So I bought an insurance contract that allows me to sell my stock for a higher price than I paid for it. Now, not every broker allows you to do this through the platform. Some brokers, like Schwab, is a broker I have to actually call them. And I tried to do this yesterday, but it wouldn't let me do it through the platform. So I do need to call them because this stock had a weird reverse split and things like that. So I need to call the broker. So I'm going to pause this video, call my broker, tell them I want to file an insurance claim. Here's a challenge, though. They don't use simple terms like I use. So you're going to have to use their geek speak. So when you call them, you have to say, hey, I want to exercise my protective put, my VXX January 1950 put, blah, 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 blah. And that way they will understand you. If you call them and say, hey, I want to file an insurance claim, they'll be like, well, what are you talking about? Even though this is what this is a protective put option. It insures my stock purchase. But anyway, let me stop. Let me go ahead and stop this recording, call them. Then I will show you what this looks like in my broker account after it's all said and done. All right, so I just got off the phone with them. The guy was confused as to why I couldn't exercise through the platform, so I tried to explain it to him, but I went ahead and tried to exercise it through the platform again. You can see this rejected message right here. It just tells me, it says rejected, entered through the back office. They have to manually process this for me. So they said they will show up tomorrow. So I guess tomorrow I will record a video showing my cash history so you can see that they put the money back in my account, actually more money back in my account. So it looks like the transaction history did show up today at the end of market close. So you can see here, I exercised my insurance contract. I exercised my protective put. It's the technical geek speak. Pretty much I filed an insurance claim. My house burned down. I filed an insurance claim. I got my money back. I wrecked my car. I filed an insurance claim. They gave me money back. My stock fell in price. I filed an insurance claim and got back $9,000. $8,000. And again, remember, I purchased the stock for about $8,000 or $8,100. So they did, in fact, put more money back into my account. And that's it. I just wanted to show you proof that this is possible. So let me go ahead and round out this training with a few additional thoughts. So imagine that you own a stock like in a market crash, right? It's lost 50% of its value. Wouldn't you want to get your money back? But you usually just have to wait, that agonizing years of waiting for it to recoup what you lost. And some people don't wait years. As a matter of fact, I listened to an interview yesterday of a multimillionaire who said in 2008 he couldn't take the pain anymore and he sold right at the bottom, right? And then he missed the recovery. And that's more common than you realize. A lot of people just are unwilling to admit those mistakes. And that's my goal, is to never put myself in that position where I have that high emotional pain. And that's why I insure every single stock I buy. Now, I will say this. I was going to say this later, but in the insurance training, I talked about facing your fears. The biggest thing that holds people back from buying this insurance is the cost. And so let me show you this. If we pull up SPY here, this is another ETF I usually buy, and we look at the insurance that I usually, buy, which is about a year out, it might cost, $1,600. Actually, I'll go farthest out as I can go. So we're looking here about 730 days. Let's just pick this one. It's $2,400. And so that's going to represent an immediate 10%, roughly a 10% reduction in your account just for the cost of insurance. It's like any insurance. It has a cost associated with it. And that's what holds people back. They're like, I don't want to pay that money. But in the training, I talked about facing your fears and I mapped it out. This is what it would look like. Yeah, that insurance, it hurts. It reduces your returns every single year, right? But then, if we map it out 10, 11, 12 years and we have a market crash, your friends, their account went from 202 to 90,000 because they got caught in a market crash. You didn't, because you had insurance. You didn't lose that much, right? Two, the biggest thing I want to tell people is what my mentor said. It's a limiting belief. It's a loser's limp. It's an excuse to fail without even trying. A lot of people look at this and they let this cost hold them back. Winners whine and use excuses. Winners whine. No, that's not true. Losers whine and use excuses. Excuses are the tools of losers, and with those tools, they build castles of nothingness. That's something my mentor used to say. Winners will look for solutions. All right, winners will see this as an obstacle, not an excuse. Obstacles can be overcome, but excuses cannot. And so what you have to say is it worth it to you to not lose that, right? Is it worth it for you to figure out how to pay for the insurance, right? And that's the thing. Don't look at the insurance as an obstacle. Well, don't look at the cost as a hindrance to say, okay, how can I pay for this insurance, right? How can I make it worthwhile? And that's what I show people in the Success Academy. Who said you had to pay for your insurance yourself? We use creative strategies to get other people to pay for our insurance, so that way our insurance is essentially free and we have complete peace of mind. So to me, that is worth it, to have that peace of mind. And of course, standard disclaimers, this is not investment advice. I'm just sharing this for educational, informational purposes only, right? This is just what I do with my account. I'm not saying you should do this, but why not? Ensuring your portfolio is worth it, in my humble opinion. Don't feel too bad if you ever let the cost of buying insurance hold you back. It is a valid objection, all right? I still have issues paying for my insurance myself, but I've been through this over and over again. I've lost money on stocks over and over again. I said, you know what? I am tired of doing this. So from now on, I will always buy insurance, and I find a way to get other people to pay for it. Again, winners look for solutions. Losers whine and give up without trying. Winners will always look for a solution. And if you can see the value in having insurance for your portfolio, then figure out a creative way to get their insurance for free or at a massive discount. And that is what we will heavily focus on inside of the Success Academy. How to participate in the best of the market while potentially avoiding the worst. You take care. I hope this video has gave you some hope, added some value to your life, and I'll see you in the next training. Bye-bye.